Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 20th. This week, you start with this Mantis card. It says fearlessness, flexibility in battle. You have this unicorn. It says divine purity, rarity, and sovereignty. We're definitely in a time of flexibility, and I would also say fearlessness. There really aren't really, I don't think the fears people are facing are like, the type of fears that we're thinking. Really the fear that we all have to face right now is the fear of exposure. So with Pluto and Aquarius, I think we are all being challenged to kind of like speak up, share our mind, speak our truth, those types of things. And so we might encounter a lot of situations where it would be tempting to not, again, it's not saying that you're lying. It just is saying that it might be tempting to not reveal some things, right? And, we're all being challenged, like I said, to speak up. And this could be in any area of your life. And, it could be in work, like needing to share your ideas or needing to be willing to like go against the grain. Just in life in general, it can be like the fear of standing out, right? Which is definitely kind of has to do with like speaking up or the fear of being different. Even in relationships, it can represent like, sometimes I think we get into a relationship and it's not that we're like lying to the person, but there might be things that we don't reveal because we're like afraid of what the person will think, right? And so the energy that I think you are working with here is like having the fearlessness to be able to speak up and put those things out there. You have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Ace of Wands, of course, is out with the old, in with the new. This castle in the background here is meant to look like it's crumbling. And so there definitely could be a passionate new beginning coming in for you. And I would say there definitely is here, Aries, because you have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands really, she really is a card of moving strongly and boldly towards your passions here with the Queen of Wands. She also has to be fearless. She is the only Wands court card that does not have salamanders on her cloak. And the salamanders represent protection from fire or basically protection from risk. So the Queen of Wands is, more or less not protected from risk. She has to take risks without knowing if the risk is going to pay off or not. And so I feel for a lot of you, there is definitely this like bold energy in the reading. You have the Seven of Cups. Again, this is probably what you're going to have to take the risk on. The Seven of Cups is going to be different for all of you, but the Seven of Cups, he's dreaming of something. And he is seeing, there are good things and bad things in these cups here. And he is just kind of like assuming. He is kind of saying like, oh, if I, take action on my business idea, or if I go get that new job, or if I move, or if I ask that person out, this bad thing could happen, but it could also be good. But instead of just like thinking about it, he needs to do it. So I think it is definitely a time for you to do what you are dreaming of. You have the Three of Wands. Yes, you're probably not doing it if you're not doing it, because the Three of Wands requires us to go somewhere we've never been before, right? He is standing where he has always been, and he has these boats on the ocean here. And so on the Three of Wands, he needs to get on those boats to have a new beginning. So, again, we are definitely in a time of stepping into the unknown. And that's what I would do here is I would encourage you to kind of like step into the unknown or, do something that you don't know is what I would say there. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. There definitely is love here. I don't really feel this is just a love reading, of course, but, we go down to the Four of Wands with the Two of Cups here. The Page of Cups can definitely be an admirer. To me, he is the admirer in the tarot, so you might have an admirer. You might be the person who is the admirer here as well. The Four of Cups would kind of say that maybe you're hesitant on allowing love into your life, or at least someone is here, I feel, intuitively. So someone might be a little bit hesitant, but then you have marriage. So, again, this could be a very strong connection coming in for you. Yes, with the Seven of Cups, you have the Six of Cups, which is interesting. I feel whatever you're dreaming about and I'm not just talking about love here. Whatever it is that you're imagining, it's like you're wondering if this is real or fake, really. I mean, Six of Cups is a card of innocence and nostalgia, but it can represent our inner child. So sometimes when we're dreaming of something, we might say to ourselves, am I just being childish? Can this really happen for me? Can I really accomplish my dreams? Or am I being immature, right? So that's kind of the energy I get here off of the Six of Cups, is that you are dreaming of something, or a change you want to make, or something you want to do in your life, Aries, but you could be thinking, like, maybe you are thinking this is just a dream. Like you aren't seeing it from the perspective of possibility. And I think maybe that's what needs to change here. Whatever your dream is. With the Three of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, but he needs to not give up. I would definitely say that going this way, this would kind of represent trying something again. The Four of Cups, I always say he's being offered this cup here, but he has been disappointed 3 times before, and so he isn't accepting this cup because of his past disappointments. But what he needs to realize is that he learned from those past 3 things that disappointed him. It could be more than 3 or less than 3 for some of you, but I think you need to realize that you have learned the lessons you need to learn to make something successful, and it doesn't have to be love, it could be whatever, but I would try again. You have this strategy card. It says plan, scheme, and strategize your future and take the next right action for your life. Yes. You have this Virgo card. It says details, details. You need to look at something more closely. What you need to know lies in the details. Yes, we are in a very detail-oriented time. So whatever you're working on, I would pay attention to the details. I would also just come up with a plan on how you are going to accomplish something. I think that will be very helpful for you. You have the Nine of Cups, the Four of Cups, and the Empress. The Nine of Cups, of course, is a wish or wish fulfillment. Now, the Nine of Cups does represent getting into alignment. The reason he is finding success is because he's in perfect alignment with what he wants. He's meant to look chubby on this card because he has had a feast before, and, the story of the Nine of Cups is that he's about to have a feast. So the Nine of Cups literally says we have to be something before we can have it, and so if you want love, you have to be in love. If you want money, you have to be in abundance, right? So you don't actually have to have the actual thing that you want. You just have to bathe in the energy of what you want. And you also, like, a great thing to do with the Nine of Cups is to adopt the habits of what you want, and then you will get what you want, plain and simple. You have the Four Cups. Four Cups can, again, represent having been disappointed before. This is a card of contemplation and apathy. He is thinking of how nothing has worked for him. And I'm laughing because I feel that energy for you here, Aries, where you're just saying to yourself, nothing works. And, I think that there is some truth to that. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it for you, Aries. It's like, yeah, maybe you have been trying to, get your business to work, or your career to work, or your love life to work, and it just hasn't been working. It's like nothing has been working. And, I feel, I always say that the Four Cups, he's trying to manifest something. And we could almost say that he's like trying to manifest a cake, but he's manifested like the flour, the sugar, the eggs here. And he needs to realize that he just has to mix all the lessons he's learned together to find success. So, this is really a card of looking at the lessons you've learned through the failures and mixing those things together so that you can be successful. You have the Empress, which is great. The Empress is total abundance and success. Also kind of says you're very attractive at this time. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. But if you're looking for love, I would definitely put yourself out here, Aries. There could be a lot of, abundance in connections for you. The Empress also doesn't want us to kind of like force things to happen. She doesn't have to do very much to get her abundance. All she has to do is wave that scepter in her hand, and this wheat in front of her grows. So sometimes I think that we try too hard to make something work, and that definitely doesn't work. So I feel this is saying, like, make sure you're doing things in an efficient way. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, which is great. Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries as well. So we have to be grateful for what we have to get what we want with the Nine of Pentacles, sorry. And so as long as you do that, you will find success. She's also very careful of her energy. Like, she keeps 6 pentacles for herself over here, and she's willing to give 3 pentacles to anything that enters into her life. Now, the pentacles don't have to be money. The pentacles could just represent her, like, time, effort, attention, things like that. So she always keeps enough for herself so that she doesn't burn herself out. And I'm definitely getting something about that with the Empress. With the Four of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands again. So you have the Queen of Wands twice. It's like, if an opportunity comes into your life, you're not going to know if it's going to work or not. The Queen of Wands, again, has to take a risk on a new opportunity. And she doesn't, all she knows is that she desires to do it. She has that sunflower in her hands, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So she doesn't know if what she's going to do is going to work out or not, but she has to trust her instincts. She has to trust her feelings. She has to trust that she can learn as she goes. And, I would do it. With the Empress, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, definitely time for, like, expansion with the Three of Wands. We are in a time of adventure, I believe. So, in a lot of ways, I think the universe is asking pretty much everyone on Earth right now to, explore, expand, go on adventures, do adventurous things, and that's what I would do here. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Round and Round card and this Message in a Bottle card. I feel like you're going round and round in your head. It's like you're waiting for proof. I don't know. I just get this feeling of like waiting for proof here, Aries. And, I feel like this is saying, like, get off your tuchus and make it happen, right? I feel like you need to take action. It's like whatever you're going round and round about, it's like you're not going to get the message. I think the message has already been given, and it's time to, like, take action on something. You have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. Queen of Wands is probably your most important card here. This is the energy that I would embrace if I were you, Aries, is the energy of the Queen of Wands, like moving in new directions, being bold, being assertive. She has to be bold and assertive. She also has to, again, follow her desire, which is clearly important because we have the Ace of Wands as your very first card, which is out with the old, in with the new. But the Ace of Wands also, whatever the new thing is usually something inspiring or something that excites you or that you just desire. I always say that, sometimes with the aces, there is no proof that what we're going to do is going to work. And again, that Ace of Wands could be anything. It could be an exciting new idea that you have for your business or your career. It could be a new relationship with the Page of Cups, obviously. But, it's like there's no... sometimes I think in life, sometimes I think we know, right, that something is going to work. Sometimes I think we don't know that something is going to work. And, I feel like the Queen of Wands, this situation is just something where the universe is trying to get you to trust your feelings about something. And so I would trust your feelings. You have the Queen of Pentacles. We are in a time of resourcefulness. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. So I would just be tap into your resources. Use your resources for success. And that's what I would do with the Queen of Wands, is be resourceful. And I think that will work best. You have the Four of Wands. If you are attracting a person, this definitely could lead to marriage in the future. It doesn't say that you're going to get married, tomorrow, but, definitely could lead to a strong commitment. The Four of Wands, also a card of freedom. You and Taurus, I talk about this with you all the time. Like, literally, you and Taurus, you're born right next to each other, so it makes sense, but you always get these readings of setting yourself free. The Four of Wands, we have to, let go of things that have been holding us back to set ourselves free. And so I think it would be an amazing time for you to set yourself free in some way with the Four of Wands, and that's what I would do there. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Hermit. Again, this is about exposure. Remember what we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. I was getting some sort of message about you. Again, that unicorn card, it says divine purity, rarity, and sovereignty. I think it's talking about you. I think it's saying you are a unicorn here, Aries, and you need to shine your inner light, the thing that makes you special. He has this star in his lantern here. He's been through a dark night of the soul, but he needs to open that lantern up and shine what makes him special. And I think that's what you need to do here with this reading. And sometimes I feel with the Queen of Wands, I was literally just about to say that I'm surprised the Five of Wands didn't come up here. You literally have the Five of Wands. So here's the thing. Sometimes with the Queen of Wands and the Five of Wands, I feel like the real problem is that you have nothing to compare yourself to. Sometimes I think we look for, it's not that we're comparing ourselves to anyone. I just think that we look for proof that something we're going to do is going to work, right? Whether it's starting a business or getting into a relationship or whatever. But it's whatever you're going to do here, it can't be compared to anything else. And, maybe that's what you need to realize here is that what you're about to do in your life, there's nothing to compare it to. So you might as well just get started because, I think it's just a different journey. Your journey is your own. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel a lot of you are improving your finances. So definitely that part of the sky, like Pisces, Aries, Pisces and Aries as well. could really be improving their finances. So I feel a lot of you could be kind of just improving your finances or, doing something to improve your finances. And yeah, it looks good. I also feel Eight of Pentacles to me represents material success on the horizon. And so it can represent getting paid for work that you've already done. And I definitely feel that for you. If you've already done a bunch of work that you've been waiting to get paid on, you could be. With the Four of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. I think you need to get out of your head with a connection here going this way. So if you want love, it's like very cut and dry love energy I feel here, Aries. And I don't really know how to explain what I'm feeling other than it's like if you want it, then just take it. If you don't want it, then let it go, right? And it's like this could be a person you already have your eye on. I feel like in some ways, I feel this is very easy. Like if you were to flirt with this person or something, I think just like very, especially if you like work with this person or something, which I feel some of you could work with this person, because you have like the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles here and just some other things that are going on in the reading. Like I feel like this is a person you work with or a person you talk to or something like that. And what I would say is like, if you just like, I don't even think you have to tell them. I think if you just, made your intentions known a little bit more, it would just be like, boom, you would be in a relationship. But I think you need to make the decision with the Nine of Swords is what it's saying. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Synchronicity card and this Inspire card. So again, a lot of inspiration. Like the reading is trying to get you to trust your inspirations. Ace of Wands, Empress, we have a lot of this very inspiring energy here. Even the Queen of Wands, she moves towards her inspirations. I think moving towards your inspirations is going to lead to more synchronicities. And, I think the more synchronicities you see, the more the universe is trying to tell you you're going in the right direction. So I would use those synchronicities as a guide. You have the Strength card, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Cups. The Strength card is literally about strength or having strength to be successful. The Strength card, she is taming this lion. This lion has its tail between its legs here, and it is submitting to her. And so she is, the lion represents her inner voice or her inner demons. And again, I think a lot of you could be conquering your inner voice. A lot of people seem to be doing this right now as well. It could be because we have had Pluto leaving Capricorn and it's moving into, it's in Aquarius officially. And also, we'll also have Neptune moving out of Pisces. And Neptune and Pisces is very much a very heady energy, I would say. Even though we don't consider Pisces to necessarily be mental, I think that Neptune and Pisces makes us mental. I will definitely say that. It puts, we are exploring things below the surface, right? And so I think we've been doing this for years now. And thank God Neptune is leaving Pisces. I cannot wait, right? I'm a Pisces and I hate Neptune and Pisces. I don't even think Neptune rules Pisces. To me, Jupiter rules Pisces, and Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces. I think it's still the ruler of Pisces because I can't even handle Neptune and Pisces. But, what I would say here is I think you've developed a lot of strength. You have the Five of Wands. Again, this is coming up in the good stuff, so this could represent you overcoming a competition, or it could also say that you are conquering the competition. I feel like there's a lot of things that you might be doing right now that are kind of making you stand out, or kind of like setting you out above the rest, if that makes sense, or something like that. So I definitely feel that. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a perfect match. Two of Cups usually represents a person who's different than your usual type. So there could be like a different type of person coming in for you if you're looking for love. I do feel it's like a little bit unexpected. I actually feel like you're very attracted to this person. Like if you know who this person is, then I feel like you're already very attracted to this person regardless if they're different than your type or not. If you don't know who this person is, I feel like you're about to. I would be paying attention at work, or there's like some sort of work connection here. I feel maybe you do the same thing as this person, or I don't know, like whatever, who cares, right? Just find a good person. But, what I would say is I think that there's definitely going to be a lot of attraction, but they could be different. With the Strength card, you have the Devil. Yes, again, a lot of the readings have been about overcoming toxic energies. I think a lot of us have been kind of like laying on a bed of nails, more or less. for years, and it's like now we are all realizing that we're in pain, and now we're kind of like correcting that pain. It's like one of those things where this is kind of reminding me of like I don't know if you've ever been so sick that when you finally feel better, you're like, oh my god, I feel a billion times freaking better. It's where you like really actually remember what it feels like to feel good. Like I feel that feeling here with the Strength card and the Devil, where it's kind of like, if you've been in pain for a very long time, it's almost like you get used to that pain. And I guess the good news here is that you're conquering this, like you're overcoming it. With the Five of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about third place solutions, as I always say. It's like this or that thinking, but she has a better option over here. This is good as well because, she is conflicted. She is thinking this or that, but if she went to this island, she would not be conflicted, with the Five of Wands. So I feel you're discovering other ways of doing things in life. With the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Definitely could be a new connection coming in for those of you that want it. It could be a Capricorn or an Earth sign that's coming in for you. You have a lot of Earth in this reading. Of course, it could be any sign general reading. But Capricorn definitely stands out to me, and Earth in general stands out to me. You have this beetle. It says good fortune. Yeah, I definitely feel you're increasing your fortunes. I would be paying attention to balance with the Nine of Pentacles. If you want to increase your earnings with the Nine of Pentacles, you have to express gratitude for what you have right now. You have to pay attention to your environment, and you have to focus on what's working. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's just like diligent work, straightforward work. It just says the work you do could be earning you more money, so that's what I'd pay attention to there. You have this great happiness card. I would also focus on creating more happiness. I think everyone should be doing this right now because there's a lot of stuff that is making people not happy. So we have to go the other direction. We have to create happiness and bring more happiness into the world. Next, you have this younger woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a younger woman. You have this feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. I don't think this has to be a woman. This could be a past person, and they could be younger than you. If you've dealt with a younger person, I think they could be undependable and insincere. You have this mice card that says discord among family or friends. I like all fire signs. Fire signs have been dealing with karmic issues related to your closest relationships. So I think a lot of fire signs have been dealing with this, issues with family. It might even just be like one family member or something that has a problem, or it doesn't have to be family. It could be a person that you once considered family. I think, like I said, I would just say the good news is that we're past the astrology that was causing this for fire signs, I believe. And so you could still be processing it, but I think that you're moving past it. Next in the area, next you have this needle and thread. It says a sincere wish granted. Love it. So definitely could be some sort of wish granted, but this looks really good, Aries. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.